O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new Integra. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Link, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Link. Be the maestro of your own home.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge, Total Landscape Solutions.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help.
The Sultan's choice for excitement and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our Grand Bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome aboard. Time to have some fun and rock and roll. We are coming to you live, of course, from Toyota of Hollywood. We do it every single month. Herbie Lopez, all the fantastic people out here at Toyota of Hollywood. Come on out. Get yourself a Land Cruiser, a Sequoia, a 4Runner. By the way, there's a Land Cruiser when I walked in. I tell you, I'm like looking forward to my next vehicle because I've never had an SUV as a vehicle, so I'm just trying to decide. And Highlander, Land Cruiser, 4Runner, what do I do, bro? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, looking forward to making that decision next year and get into a new vehicle. I don't know what my wife is going to get. That's the other thing. She's got to get a new car. She keeps putting it off. I know, it's all right. My car's fine. It's all beat up, but still runs like crazy. So my sound, it's off here on the iPad. It's off. Oh, let me see. Yeah, it's just one-eye jack. Yeah, I know. So one-eye jack probably screwed up. No, it's working, one-eye jack. Try to figure it out there, my brother. Raise the volume. Raise volume. Volume. Our amplifiers go to 11. Anyway, see, Pat at Asheville says sound is good here, but everything in Asheville is good. So don't take Pat's word for it, okay? Unless a storm goes through there. But outside of that, normally everything in Asheville is fantastic, okay? I mean, a storm ruins it for everybody. So people in Nashville live a better life than most of us. So, that's Pat's different than us. You know what I'm saying? True Fin Fan says sound is good. So the farts aren't getting in the way. He's hearing it. So there you go. See, I don't think Pat has a lot of distraction or distortion in the way. True Fin Fan has tons of distortion in the way, and he can hear us. So, yeah. One-Eyed Jack, it is you. It is you.
NorCal might be hearing a couple things.
Yes. Yes. NorCal, yes. And NorCal saying, I hear you fine. So, Pat, One-Eyed Jack finally says, sound is good. It was me. Oscar Rojas says, Big O, Bitcoin at 122. A nice little dip for all the investors, the OGs like us, and for the newbies. Hey, man. It's never bad to add a little Bitcoin. Just never. It just never is. When something is finite and there aren't a lot of things like that in the world, you'll find more diamonds, you'll mine more gold, you'll mine more silver. How about silver, man? Silver at an all-time high at 40, well, not an all-time high, but up to $49, first time since 2011. Notice how gold, silver, Bitcoin are all climbing. Why? Because smart people are stashing money that is dying. It's interesting. Yes, sir.
You mean I wasn't supposed to sell when it started dropping?
No, you could. You could sell. Dumb panic.
I mean, I got in at 125 and I sold at 123.
Yeah, that's what normally everybody does. They panic. They bought at 117. It drops to 110. Oh, I got to sell. It's over now. And they don't wait. So, yeah, that does happen. That does happen. So, anyway, I see Jeff in Long Island is number one. He says, careful with iOS 26. My son couldn't make or receive calls, only could do it on his Fav time. My phone, Sharon's phone, and my daughter's all good, and my son was fixed. I think it just depends on what you do. I mean, I uploaded mine and it was fine, and then I adjusted things so it wouldn't wear out my battery. I adjusted to that. But man, that feature now that it has, that it answers, I haven't gotten any more calls from, people trying to sell you crap. The AI thing answers it and shoos them away, dude. It's really cool. And even texts that'll tell you, quick, here's your Coinbase code. Go right now to your account because whatever. And you're like, first of all, I don't even have a Coinbase account or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's like some spam stuff. And and those are also getting sent to another folder on your phone. It's like really cool. It just doesn't it just does not bother you, and that is really, really nice. Really, really nice. So there are some things in the iOS 26 that I really like. I haven't, there's some stuff, that glass or water feature that it has, you can eliminate that because that's going to wear on your battery. You know what I'm saying? So it's really key. There's a lot of things that you can do. All the apps that are connected to your phone, you should not allow them to be able to have full access and to update at any time. Why? Because then that's when they're burning your phone too, because they're updating and updating and updating. All you have to do is when you open a new app, you can update it at that moment and then start. And that's it. Things like that. There's a lot of little things you can do with your phone to adjust it so your battery doesn't wear out as fast as it would because of all those crazy features that they add. Some of it ends up draining your battery. So it's really important to kind of, go through it and kind of figure out some of the stuff that you really don't need and you can turn it off. Some of the stuff that can protect you, and make sure you block it and those kind of things. That's the important part is you have the tool educate yourself on how to use it, and then fine-tune it so you can actually use it better and more efficiently. That's what you want to do with these things. Anyway, speaking of efficiency, the Florida Panthers, they are efficient, baby. They got the season started off the right way. They raised the banner for title number 2 in back-to-back years. And they came out on fire. Everybody was talking about the speed of the game and the intensity of it from the get-go. And let me tell you what I noticed from the little preseason that I watched, because I did not watch much preseason, to be quite honest. I watched a lot of highlights, and then when I would run into a preseason game, maybe I watch it for a few minutes. That's it. I really didn't watch much preseason. I don't really care much about the preseason for almost any sport nowadays. I'm really like, I'm at a point like I didn't watch a preseason. I'm not watching any preseason basketball. You know what I mean? What's up, baby? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Anyway, so it just, I don't care about it. But here's what I noticed, and going into game 1, okay? And you probably noticed it too. But for the Panthers to get back to the championship and win it, pay attention, it's going to be the hardest thing that they've ever done. Why? The league is sick and tired of the Florida Panthers. And I'm talking about the players. I'm talking about teams. And last night I saw shots that didn't need to be shots, cheap shots that I've witnessed in the preseason, not just the Tampa Bay stuff, but just overall. And people want to, when you're the king of the mountain, they want to bring you down. And that's exactly what I witnessed in that game last night and what I've kind of get a feel for in the preseason. The Panthers are marked men. And this is going to be the biggest challenge of their lives. Can they do it? Hell yeah. But man, you just saw game 1 and you see all the freakish stuff, getting hit by pucks and all that other stuff. And you add that on top of getting beat up. And I get it. They are a physical team, and they bring that physicality to their game. But they also have to deliver it nearly for 100 games this year. Okay? Because you figure, you do the math, right? You got to win 16 to win the championship. You play 82. Maybe you lose a couple playoff games along the way too. You know what I'm saying? So you're playing 100 games, not counting preseason, plus light practices throughout and all of that. The wear and tear you're going to put on your body. But at the same time, I just kind of feel that one of the themes that we're going to be watching throughout the year is team after team taking cheap shots at the Panthers because they're pissed that the Panthers are dominating the league. Absolutely dominating. And look, last night, they don't count on 1 or 2 guys, like Marshawn said. You know, we started the season the way we finished it. You know, I'm paraphrasing. It's everybody contributing. And you got Boquist with the game winner. You know what I mean? Samoskevich with 2 assists in the game. 1 to Boquist, by the way, for the game winner. You know, and by the way, kudos to David Dwork, Panthers beat writer. We had him on last week, and I told him, who's that guy? Who's that young guy? And he went, he kind of went to the veteran way, and he brought in a very, very logical point that when he said it, I was like, dude, that is a great point. Carter Verhaeghe, who kind of took a back seat last year because the team is so loaded. He played a little better in the second half and all, but now he's going to be in the forefront. And he's clutch. He's a stud. So here's a guy that's going to be able to raise his game. You know, Lundell takes that puck to the face. When Sean and I were talking about it. Luckily that the face mask was able to kind of maybe block the impact of it. But these are things that You don't want to also start suffering more injuries on top of the two big injuries that you have. But this year, man, the physicality that they're going to have to deal with all year long is going to be crazy, bro. Crazy. And I think that that's going to be one of the storylines that we're going to be talking about then. How do they hold up physically for this entire season and into the playoffs, and can they make that appearance and win that third straight title, which is, it's amazing to get back-to-backs. To get 3 straight, that would be absolutely insane, and you end up going to it 4 straight times because you failed on the first one. Amazing stuff. I want to see how they take on this challenge all year long. But last night, Boquist with the game winner. A.J. Greer, by the way, also took a shot. He went back to the bench. It was, kind of like, fixing himself up and stretching and trying, okay, we're all right. We're back. Rodriguez also. And these are things that are just flukish stuff that happens, part of the game, besides the physicality to it. What a brutal game, dude. What a brutal game. But, hey, 1-0-0, and that's all that counts. And Thursday night, they're back at Amerant Bank Arena. They will be hosting the Flyers, which, by the way, the Flyers will open up their season on that Thursday. They didn't play last night, and they don't play tonight. So they will be a little fresh, and the Panthers would have already played a game. I don't know. I kind of like my chances better if you're the team that played 2 days ago than the team that is opening up the season, because you're now got to get things going, and you know what I mean? The Panthers kind of broke the ice in every way possible, broke their bodies in, all that kind of good stuff. But, man, that was awesome. It was awesome. It was great to watch the celebration, the lifting of the banner, all that stuff. And, the day before, those rings are badass, by the way. The way they designed those rings, wow, man. That was freaking awesome, the way they designed those rings. So great job by Viola and company to be able to just do it right. They do everything right, there with the Panthers. So just a beautiful night last night. Yes, sir.
Our favorite press conference is underway.
Oh, McDaniel.
Yes, the Dolphins will have to adjust the roster. Cornell Armstrong to the IR. Team will add a nickel. No Jason Sanders this week. So far, that's what we got.
They worked out Ethan Robinson, Daquan Hardy, and Miles Purchase yesterday. Yeah. Hardy played for the Chargers. Yeah, that's right. He did make the preseason play. But maybe they'll bring on, Daquan Hardy, because he can give them secrets of the Chargers. By the way, the athletic Jeff George and the Chargers are now back up half a point. They opened up favored by 5.5. Then it dropped to 4 points yesterday. So now the athletic Jeff George and the Chargers are now 4.5 points favorite over the Miami Dolphins. The over and under is 43.5. The athletic Jeff George and the Chargers are minus 400 on the money line, and the Dolphins are plus 300 on the money line. I'm the idiot that says, why not put a couple bucks on the Dolphins? I think they got a chance against the Chargers. Oh, I'm such a fool. I'm such a fool. Why not? Plus 300. It's value.
Cedric Wilson, ready to practice. Storm Duck remains out.
Okay. All right. So it wasn't much of an injury. That's all. He must have already been injured, and he was in the process of recovering, because people say, oh, you signed him and then he got injured? No, he was in the process of getting, and they knew he was close to returning. So it might have been a guy that they were already talking to before.
Yeah.
And then they just, oh, you're injured? Okay, we'll get back to you a couple weeks
because
from now.
He was on somebody's practice squad. So
yeah.
they just waited, and then
Yeah.
They also said he is limited today in practice, but that would be.
Yeah, it's his first day back.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to go all out in the first day. They kind of build it up.
I mean, look, Darren Waller had 53,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
After the other injuries he got here.
That is true. That is very true. Very true. Anyway, what else do we have here? Think Blue Dodgers is checking in. He's smashing it, and the like button too. Let's see. Dougie Fresh. If singing the national anthem were a metric for the current state of the Fins, where are we? Lurch from Adams Family, Carl Lewis, Roseanne Barr, Frankenstein, Clay Aiken, or Yoko Ono? Well, I'm going Roseanne Barr. That's where we're at. We got to go Roseanne Barr. Stoney Stanley in the house. Oh, he put or David Lee Roth, acapella Hayride to Hell. Skylar Tipton, loving the Panthers. John Pettis. Let's see. What else? Juan Rosa. Panashville says, I want to use the translate conversation around me feature for the iOS 26. Wish I had it when I was in Chinatown. Giovanni says, Big O favorite Kiss song, Black Diamond. Yes, it is. Big O's favorite Elvis song, Suspicious Minds. Yes, it is. You know a lot about me. Been listening for almost 10 years. Thank you, O, for the dedication. Hit that like, y'all. There you go. Yes, sir. Those are my favorite songs exactly of Kiss and Elvis. And then also, besides Black Diamond, a close, very close second, like it's a 1B, is A World Without Heroes. I think it's like an underrated song from Kiss that Gene Simmons sings. I thought it was a mic, and it was the drink. Jimmy Zorea in San Jose. He's humping it, and he's stomping it. Gus 1388. Let's see. What else? Ty in the Bronx, I see. Bag on Head says Jeff George. He doesn't get he doesn't understand the take. Somebody's got to explain to Bag on Head on that one. The joke. What else? Big O, I recommend a video that Seth and OJ did on evidence, stats, and facts on Clayton should be in the Hall of Fame, i.e. has more touchdowns than 60% of Hall of Famers. I know that, dude. I've said that both Clayton and Duper belong in the Hall of Fame, and their stats are better than like a guy like Lynn Swann. Okay, but what's the difference? Lynn Swann was put in the big games, and he was able to come through. The Dolphins were never in big games. It's not the Marx Brothers' fault. And the few big games that the Marx Brothers and Marino were in, they choked like dogs. And again, it's not them. It's just they never had the defense. They never had the running game. They didn't have really a dominant offensive line. They had a left side of the line, not a right side of the line. Okay? So it's just a lot of things. Yeah, dude, it's an old topic. And Clayton gets burned because of what? The one cocaine problem that he had? It wasn't a habitual thing. The guy wasn't all in trouble all the time or anything. It happened and moved on. That's it. Lots of other guys have been in trouble and other big-time trouble, and they're going to go to the Hall of Fame. I mean, was Mark Clayton involved in a double murder that left a lot of unanswered questions? I'm just wondering. As I preach, just wondering. You know, it's like Furones critiquing Shador like, oh, he's so terrible. What's he done, bro? What, he had a speeding ticket? Says a couple stupid things. So what, bro? He's not beating women. He's not robbing people. He's not raping people. Not doing anything wrong, really. Like, what? So he's a kid. So he's having fun and punking a situation that should be punked because people want to punk him since he's the fifth quarterback, fourth quarterback, third quarterback, now the second. You know. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have? Tim Riggins is in the house. Dolphins are Fergie singing the national anthem. That was pretty bad, too. Lewis, Big O, do you think if we get a new coach or new GM, will they clean house with the roster, start from scratch, continue with the main guys? Lewis, let me explain something to you all because this is the only place you're going to get this, okay? You got it all throughout the offseason. You got the truth, okay? I wasn't like most of the writers or maybe some of the people on QAM and trying to talk you up with the Dolphins. And well, no, they have a chance to do this or that, and maybe they can make the playoffs. And if they can do this, they can win 9 or 10 or 12 games. And now all those people are like, oh, this roster's thin, all this, that, and all that. I gave you the truth in the offseason. I told you the roster was thin. I told you there's no way this is a playoff team. This is going to be a bad season. I said it over and over and over again. Writers won't tell you that. A beat writer will never start the off season at the end of the off season. Hey, listen, we've been through the off season. I want to prepare you guys. This will be a bad season. The editor will lose his shit. Okay? Most of the people on QAM, one, didn't see it coming anyway, so they weren't smart enough to see it coming. But even if they saw it coming, okay, they wouldn't say it because they don't want to turn you off and make you afraid or because you don't want to hear the truth. I don't care. I'd rather tell you the truth about what I see and be wrong than lie to you about what I'm obviously seeing and then play the stupid fan role so we're all disappointed together. And that's harmless. I get it. You never lose that way. The fan never looks at you like the bad person. I get that. Okay? But I told you all offseason this would be a shitty year. I told you that roster was not a good roster. I told you this was done pretty much on purpose, that this was a transition year. Did I not say that like 8,000 times? Did you not make segments on this? Okay, so let's get ahead of the game now again. Okay? The 26th season is done. Do you understand that? The 26th season is done. It's a transition year. Because if you change coaches, you're going to change assistant coaches. And you're going to change schemes. And the stuff that I've been talking about, because this is what's really hurt the Dolphins most than anything else, is you've had a lot of talent come through here. A lot of talent here in the last 5, 6, 7 years. You've tweaked it the wrong way. You've kept some of the wrong people. You've let go of the wrong people sometimes, and that's kind of hurt you. And that's because you've made so many coaching changes from head coaching to assistant coaches that there is no continuity. So all of a sudden, you're going to change again because McDaniel cannot survive. There's no reason to bring him back. There's no future with him whatsoever. So 26, if you're expecting a winning season or playoffs or any of that, go ahead and lie to yourselves again. But next year is a transition year, dude. They've got no choice. Who the hell wins all of a sudden with the roster and just turn it around like that? You can't. You can't. You still can't block. You still can't run. You still can't dominate on the D and O lines. You'll never win if you don't dominate on the D and O lines. You'll just keep spinning your wheels, and in the lazy talk is just blame it all on the QB. Of course, because it has everything to do with the QB. Just look at Baker Mayfield in Cleveland and then look at Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay. Has everything to do with the QB. Not the environment, but the QB. It's because, Cleveland has solved all their quarterback problems. It's like I tell you guys all the time, yeah, sure, get rid of Tua. Yes, he's the problem because all the quarterbacks really succeed here. Even Marino had top success because we really knew how to compliment him. Yeah, no, I know. It's the quarterback is the problem, of course. This quarterback is the problem, of course. There's no way, because the Miami Dolphins have always created an atmosphere for everybody to have ultimate success, haven't they? For 45 years. From Marino till now, all the players, they have the ultimate success here. Come on, man. So next year, as much as we love our Dolphins, okay, and let me save you some money. If you want to go on a trip next year, make sure you're going on a trip because you're making it kind of a vacation. And then, yeah, you happen to be going to a game. But do not invest in the 2026 Miami Dolphins season like it's anything that matters. It will be another one of these kind of years where you're not a playoff team, or by luck you sneak in, but you're not going to make any kind of an impact whatsoever. And I doubt that part happens, by the way. The latter is not the option, really. You just don't go from where you're at to all of a sudden dominating on the D and O line. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen in this place. And just to kind of give you guys the heads up, because some of you out there, I get it. You'll have Dolphin sites that do their little shows, and, they got to talk it up because, hey, they're fans. They're fanatical. And, no, we'll get the top pick, and that'll turn everything around, just like Jake Long did, and Ronnie Brown, and Tua Tagovailoa, and Deion Jordan, and all the top picks that just turned around your franchise. We'll get a new coach, and that'll be the guy, of course, because the next guy and the next guy and the next guy is the guy, right? So just prepare yourselves. Next year is not a year of anything. And the only time you can start ever getting excited about the following season is the season that you finally had success. And by what I mean by success is that you finally won at least a playoff game. And then maybe you can start getting excited. But there is nothing whatsoever to get excited about for your season tickets, for traveling, for anything about the Dolphins next year. You can lie to yourselves and create some kind of fake excitement. You can do that. That's fine if you want to lie to yourselves. But where they've been for 45 years, you just don't get out of this. And then all of a sudden become one of the elite in the NFL, especially when I see the same issues have happened here for 45 years. You don't know how to dominate at a D and offensive lines. And if you can't dominate on the D and offensive lines, nobody ever wins. Jalen Hurts is a mediocre passer, and he wins a title. Why? Because the Philadelphia Eagles dominate on the offensive and defensive lines and had the best running back in football last year. And when you dominate in the D and offensive lines, even mediocre quarterbacks can have success. Even a Trent Dilfer can win a title. A Nick Foles can win a title. Same team, by the way. Same concept. Dominate on the O and D lines. Something that we have no idea how to do here in Miami. So until they dominate in the D and O lines, you have no shot at having the kind of success that we really want. And next year, prepare yourselves, because we'll be talking about another mediocre team. That's just kind of the way it is. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. And you go search for an echo chamber that will tell you something better. You know what I mean? Go search for a fan site or maybe a writer that's afraid to tell you the truth. But this is not going to be good moving forward, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Now you got your answer, Lewis. By the way, come on out here to Toyota of Hollywood, 1841 North State Road 7. I just saw Herbie right now. Come on out here, man. Prius, beautiful Prius. The Prius is incredibly sharp nowadays, man. I got to tell you, it was kind of boxy and geeky back in the day. Now the Prius is sporty and sharp and quick and, of course, super efficient. the Land Cruiser. There's a Land Cruiser when I walk in here. There's like it's like a grayish metallic that's really nice. Oh man, Toyota Crown. Go check it out. The BZ. We got it here. The RAV4 Hybrid, Sequoia, Highlander, Corolla Cross Hybrid. I mean, the options are endless. The Camry, of course, the Camry Hybrid. So many different options out here at Toyota of Hollywood. They've been out here forever, man. They've been dominating. 2,000 cars in stock right now. Over 1,200 brand new cars. And stranger things have happened. And that's because the theme all over the place is Stranger Things. Bring your kids down here, by the way. They're going to love this place. Yeah. Because, it's all Stranger Things. They always go all out here every month at dressing it up, man. It's pretty awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Pretty awesome. Anyway, so come on out here to Toyota of Hollywood. Tell them that Big O sent you. They'll take care of you. Good people here at Toyota of Hollywood. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, have you watched any videos of the new Rush drummer, Anika Niles? Yes, I have. I've been playing drums for 30 years and can't come within 100 miles of her. She's going to be great. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. She was in Jeff Beck's band, dude. You know. If you're talented enough to play with Jeff Beck, then you're talented enough to play with Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee. You know, and I'm super proud of her and super happy that these guys are going to go out on the road again. It's funny, you know. She's going out on the road with Rush. And so it's Rush has got a song called Vital Signs. And I'm a guy that I've been talking about something for many years now. And it's funny because if you listen to that song from Rush, Dougie Fresh, and you hear the song Vital Signs, it says, everybody's got to deviate from the norm. Right? And then it says, everybody's got to elevate from the norm. Everybody's got mixed feelings. Anyway, it's a great song. And I was jamming it because I've now that I heard Rush is going on tour, I've been jamming some Rush. And all of a sudden I'm listening to Vital Signs. And immediately when I heard that line, I was like, that's it, dude. That's it. I was going to bring it up in my music segment, but since you brought it up and you brought her up, I figure I bring up Vital Signs. Everybody's got to deviate from the norm. You got to elevate from the norm. That's all I got to say on that. So, love it. I can't wait. I'll be in Toronto, by the way, for both dates. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. What else do we have? Bag on Head says, okay, I literally logged on, LOL. John Padilla, Jay Gatto, Ray Sosa. Oh, he's explaining it to him. Justin Herbert is the modern day version of Jeff George. That's why he gets called that. Yeah. Bag on Head is probably too young. He probably doesn't know. He may have heard of Jeff George, but he didn't live it or watch Jeff George. Because if you lived it, you know that Jeff George is one of the 5 best arms in the history of the game. If you watch Justin Herbert, physically, he is gifted as one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen athletically. Just athletically, which doesn't mean shit. But what I see from Justin Herbert is exactly what I saw from Jeff George. A guy that was supremely gifted, but a choker. So that's why he is the athletic Jeff George in my eyes. Until proven otherwise, that's all I've ever seen from him, that he's the athletic Jeff George. He'll wow you with his talent, just like Jeff George, but he'll break your heart in the end, like he did last week. What did he do last week against the Commanders? Like, did he come up with a big game or anything? No. But wait a minute. But I thought because over here in Miami, right, Tua's supposed to do all of it, right? He's supposed to block and he's supposed to run and run the right routes and catch the ball and stop the run and play defense and all. So Justin Herbert's supposed to be able to do the same thing, right? Like do everything. No. Yes, he can. No, yes, he can, Sean. Why didn't he do everything last week against Washington? Oh, because Herbert's not ours. I see. So we can make excuses for them, but not for our guy.
Yeah, Herbert is just based off of actual quarterback.
Oh.
Tua's based off of us winning.
I got it now. Okay.
Not the quarterbacking, the winning.
Trying to understand that. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay.
Your boy Mike McDaniel commented on Tua.
Oh.
Again, I want to go back and watch the press conference because I want to hear how this actually came out, not how Omar typed it. This is on Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel addressing the expectations and pressure placed on Tua. If you're uncomfortable with the stakes of the game, then you probably shouldn't be playing it. You have to deal with the result-based opinions. Tua on.
Okay. Not that I trust him to coach jack shit, but hey, that's all right. I think Tua's on his own there. White man from town says, did anybody see Chris Jones just stand there while Trevor Lawrence fell down and got up and ran it in? Yep. It's not that it's rigged, white man from town. See, this is the problem with people like you, okay? You go and run off your mouth and you talk stupid shit that makes no sense. Chris Jones, just like that Chiefs team, is a tired-ass team that has played longer seasons than everybody else, and it's the beginning of the year, and it's hard to get motivated, and that dude just stood there, and he saw Trevor Lawrence get up and run, and he's just gassed at that point, and he's like, man, I've done so much already, I'm freaking tired, and so it wears on you. And where the Chiefs are now, to get back to that mountain again, it's going to be difficult. It's not an easy thing. It takes a mental and physical toll. You think the Chiefs are trying to lose the game? No, dude. They've got some issues. They started with a bunch of injuries. They're starting to get healthier and healthier now, but they're not where they've been the last couple of years. Clearly. You know what I'm saying? But it wears on you. It's not that they're trying to lose or that the game is rigged or anything like that. It just gets to a point where you're a human being. And as much as you ask them to be Superman, sometimes they just kind of, and Chris Jones is the reason why they won the title 2 years ago. Not Mahomes. See, that's the problem with all of you out there. Oh, it's Mahomes. No, dude, it was the defense that carried them to the title. Mahomes put up some points so they can win, but it was the defense that really won it. Chris Jones in the secondary. And that's how he's been through all these championships. He's one of the main reasons why you won the title, not just because of Mahomes or Andy Reid, because of Chris Jones. So you get to a point where you're just, and he's a big dude and he's taking on a pounding. And right now in late September, early October, you're not feeling urgency right now. It's human nature, dude. It really is human nature. If this was December, he might have hunted him down and sliced off his head at the same time. But it's just not. It's human nature. It's not about being rigged or anything. That's silly shit. That's the stuff that fans come up with and weak ass media that has nothing else to write about, so they create shit. Let's see, what else do we have? Sam I am. Oh, Chris Canty asked When will McDaniel be fired this morning on his show? So now the rest of the media is finally getting to where you've been since last year. Dude, by week 10 has been my prediction. I thought they would, at least after the Buffalo game. It would make sense with 11 days. But they don't do things that make sense. They'll do it. It's the inevitable, bro. They're going to fire him. Yes, sir. Oh, I love Jeremy Fowler. He's a friend of mine.
Right. No, because
I saw it.
He would. Oh, you saw it. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
No, that he's moderately on the hot seat. Stephen Ross. I don't know. I guess Stephen Ross said sons, but he wasn't sure if he meant daughters. He may have misspoke, or on the process of McDaniel's hot seat, I guess, is what they're referring to. And the more, I guess, the empty seats, it might make Ross make a move.
Right.
Those were the three topics that they kind of hit on.
You're making money, bro. They don't care. And you see the kids are involved. They're printing money. It's what I told you. You got Rolling Loud. You got Jazz in the Gardens. You got the F1. You got You got a hospital. You got world-class concerts from the biggest artists coming through there. Yeah, days. Taylor Swift, Green Day, Rolling Stones, you name it. Whatever, the country one, right? What was the name of that country dude that was there?
Jason Aldean.
He was there for like
the new one. I forgot. I'm drawing a
Wallen?
Wallen.
Yeah, the guy won it for the Super Bowl.
Wallen, yes. He did 2 nights.
He did 2 nights.
Taylor Swift did 2 nights.
Three nights.
That's right.
3 nights.
And then Metallica, I think, did 2 nights. They did back-to-back.
Yes,
I believe, as well.
So, and U2, whatever, everything goes there. Every big name goes to that stadium. They print so much money. Oh, and by the way, national championship games and Super Bowls. They don't need the team to go to a Super Bowl. They host one every 7 years. They don't need the team to do anything. They got a college team now that maybe be going to, playoffs and national championships. So now they'll fill that up on Saturdays. And then they got parking for all of that. Cirque du Soleil and many other things that go on there. They're killing it, dude. That's why I laugh at Ross has got to sell. No, he's not going to sell. The family's not going to sell. It's a printing machine. It's printing hundreds of millions of dollars. There's no way they're going to sell something that's printing hundreds of millions of dollars for them every year. Yes, sir.
Think what just the F1 race brings there.
I know.
That's probably more than a Panthers season. Possibly.
By the way, isn't WrestleMania go there?
No, they haven't been. They went there one in 27, but they haven't been back since. Yeah.
Okay, but if they go, where they're going to go in South Florida?
Oh, no. If they go anywhere, they're going there.
There you go. I'm just saying. They're going to get every event.
Yes.
Every event they're going to get in that stadium. International soccer matches. Oh, my God, I left that out. They sell out international soccer matches.
They actually, FIFA just approved that the Barcelona one that's coming here to Miami. It'll be in Miami.
The Ross family makes so much money on that property. They don't give a shit if the Dolphins win or not. They don't care, and that's why Jeremy Fowler says, well, they'll wait till there's people don't show up in the seats. And when does that happen? When does that happen?
Even if your fans don't show up, the other team's fans are going to show up. Miami's going to be
it's a destination.
Exactly.
We're a destination city. So sell your tickets and the opposing team will buy it. And they don't care. They're getting the money, bro. This is a guy that celebrated the Gators on the field. And it's Teflon, bro. It's Teflon. Yeah, against the Broncos, right. And then Tebow brought him back. Right. The dumbest thing is a Dolphin that thinks that they truly give a shit about winning. The Ross family doesn't really give a shit about winning. It's half-ass. They care about making money. And boy, they make a lot of money. They made that property foolproof. Foolproof. It's recession-proof. It's foolproof. It's fan-proof. Fans will go and flock back over and over and over again. The Dolphins give you nothing for decades. There's no reason for you and me to root the Dolphins on every year. They give us nothing to root. They never win. They never produce. Never, 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 never. And yet we go back. And yeah, and we can't wait to talk about the draft now. And we can't wait to talk about the next coaching change. And we can't talk about the general manager change if they make that. Right? Or we can't wait to talk about the quarterback change. Doesn't mean you're going to win anything because you haven't won anything for decades, but you can't wait to talk about it. And they know it. And you'll be going to practice and you'll be lining up to get tickets and you'll paint your face and you'll travel and you'll buy the hotels and you'll buy the jerseys. And if they make a purple jersey and a black jersey and a white jersey and a green jersey and an aqua jersey, and you'll buy all of them. And they know it. And no matter what you fanatics say, you don't get off the bandwagon, and they know it. They have you by the balls, and they know it. Okay? So that's the reality. They don't give a shit about winning. Come on, man. If you bring McDaniel back for this season, you didn't give a shit about winning. I would have fired him last year. Last year should have been his last year. If you were truly committed to winning, but because you gave him the new contract, oh, well, yeah, we're going to have patience. Why? Because we don't care. We don't care. Keep him around. It's less loss for us in the bottom line. If we had to add a new head coach, we'll be still paying the old head coach. So let's keep this clown around. Imagine if you would have fired him in the offseason after you give him the extension. You would have been paying him in a new coach. Nah, they don't want to do that. Take away from the bottom line. So for them, it's about raking in all the cash that they're making. And they are making a boatload of money. There's so much going on that property. So they don't give a shit about you, and they don't care about winning. Those are facts because they prove it over and over again. I mean, it's not like Vinny Viola didn't buy a team that was bad and then turned it into a champion. And he demanded that. And right away, this is when they make the playoffs this year, I believe it's 7 straight years of making the playoffs. Not one every 7 or 8 years you make the playoffs. That's the Dolphins. They're average. It's just terrible. Just is. Anyway. What else do we have? Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, and now even Mac Jones, because better QBs recently by leaving their teams, holding them back. Exactly. Shanahan is coach of the year, bro. Coach of the year. As many injuries as they have to be 4-1. Dude, that is awesome. He wins with whoever, bro. It's awesome. It's awesome. And good for Mac Jones. Good for Mac Jones. He's playing.
That's the thing too, right? All these guys get such beat down that now it's like, oh, look, it's not like they just learned to play the position. They were just put in a better position to be able to show what they got. It's one of those things. Man.
And Mac Jones beat out both. I mean, and Tua beat out both Mac Jones and what's it called? Hurts. So that's why I'm with the Tua haters, dude. I am so with the Tua haters nowadays. I can't wait for them to get rid of Tua after next season. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I'm going to enjoy it, and then I want to see where he goes, and hopefully he goes somewhere else. And I know that whoever we get next at quarterback here in Miami will succeed because, every quarterback has success here. Every quarterback is really complimented properly and everything, So it's cool. All right. Anyway, so let's see what else. Many fan says, how about they find someone who knows how to pick in the draft to build the lines correctly? Karoon says, is it me or do the Camrys look better than some of the new Lexus models? Yeah, the Camrys, man, they look so nice. I mean, Toyota's cars are amazing. And you know they're super reliable. I've had many Toyotas in my history. Got one right now. Okay. And my Camry right now cosmetically is messed up, dude, because I've had some really bad luck. Mechanically, the car is perfect, but man, I have taken all kinds of little bumps and bruises on my car. Oh, man. Anyway, let's see. What do we have here? Jason Fleming, Big O, long story short, nothing won't change until Ross is gone. Yeah, but that won't happen. Like I told you, his kids are taking over. So they're making too much money. They love it. Those kids love it. They keep their team, and they have the best seats to all the events. So they get paid handsomely to own the team, and then they get to enjoy all the events that come into town. The Ross family wins, dude, big time. Yeah.
And the fact that it is Miami and it's Destiny City, as they said, you said international soccer, but the World Cup, you got more events like that going through. They're looking for a place to go, and Miami is a destination. They're never going to have a time where there's not going to be something going on.
Of course, dude. Yeah. They don't care about winning, dude. They're winning. They're winning. They're winning. For us, it's about, get to a Super Bowl. And for them, it's their bank account, their stock. They're winning. You all are buying the tickets. You all are going to the stadium. And then you're also going for so many other events. People are coming from all over the world. Doesn't matter what it is. What can I tell you? Was Shakira there or was she at an arena? Because I know she ended up even canceling one of the dates. She was at Kaseya? That's what it was? Okay. All right. Because she's big enough. I don't know. She might be able to even go there. I don't know. But it's just crazy, dude, the amount of stuff that goes on in that place. Big O, when I was 17, the Dolphins won the Super Bowl. When do you think we will win another one? No, I don't know when, bro. Right now, they're not even close, bro. 2 nights at Hard Rock. Okay. And I think she canceled the third night. Wasn't she the one that had some kind of a health issue and then she had to cancel the third night or something like that? And then I think Shakira fans from all over the world were, obviously disappointed and sad and all that. I think that was it hers? Was it somebody else? I forgot now. But either way, just kind of tough. But for them, life is good, dude. Life is really, really good. Jason Fleming says, damn, that sucks to hear, Big O. If that's the case, the Dolphins will never be relevant. I mean, they're always going to be relevant because we all love them and follow them, dude. No matter how, dude, they've been shitty for decades. What, that they snuck in a 9-win season here or a 10-win season there and they went to the playoffs and got embarrassed? So what? But they've won nothing, and we still go. That's what I'm telling you. No matter most of you, 99.9% of you that say ban, boycott, this, that, whatever, you're all talking shit. You're all full of it. You're liars. And the proof is the tickets and the viewing and everything. And people care. And and they've done nothing for you for decades. It's relentless. It's a drug. Yeah.
John Esslinger saying Lady Gaga.
It was Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. That's right. Which, again.
No, you said right there.
Another one.
And then Jeff from Long Island.
You're getting Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, to the Rolling Stones, the U2. I mean, it's just stupid, bro. It's just stupid what that stadium does. Yes, sir.
Jeff from Long Island said it all started when Mr. Ross changed our logo. He's a fool and doesn't care what we want. Because, again, that made you go buy more jerseys, all new stuff, and that's exactly
who put that in there?
Jeff from Long Island.
There you go, Jeff. See, you're an ass kicker. They put a whale on our logo, and you all went out and bought that stupid whale. You all wear the stupid whale hats, the stupid whale jerseys, stupid whale shirts, stupid whale shoes. Not me. I don't want anything to do with the whale. I think I've been open about that pretty damn 100%. They haven't gotten me not one penny. Anything I buy, old logo, baby. Okay? I think if I would have something in my house with the new logo, it must have been given to me by something, but I would never spend a penny. And Jeff in Long Island is 100% right. And by the way, Marino also said it's his baby. He'll never change it. So Ross doesn't give a shit about you either. Ross doesn't care about winning. He only cares about the money. He changed the marketing of the logo. He knows we all, on average, hate the logo and want the old one. Well, on average, we all hate the logo. Still, some of you have somehow, whatever. But 99% of us want the old logo back. And he knows we all want the old logo back. And he won't do the old logo, knowing that we all want it. And they could even add, you know how in the 90s they added a little twist to the logo. It was still the logo, but they added a little, and I didn't mind. I was good with it. Actually, I'm good with the 90s logo with the dolphin. I'm good, dude. They try to make it a little meaner. Remember that? Yeah, with the eyebrow a little bit. I'm good, dude. Yeah. There was a little couple tweaks, but I was good with it. I was fine with it. Could he do something like that? Sure, he could. He could do the old logo and then tweak it a little bit so they put their own stamp on it. No, dude, he shoves a whale right up your ass. And what do, suckers? What do, suckers? You just buy the whale logo up. That's the ultimate you're my bitch example. You're Ross's bitch by wearing the whale logo. I don't know if you realize that, but Stephen Ross made you his bitch by wearing the whale logo. He told you, yeah, screw your tradition. I'm going to put an ugly-ass logo together, and you fools are going to buy it from here on out. Ha, ha, ha. And there you go. That's how Teflon they are. They stuck a whale logo and put it right up your ass, and you said, oh, okay, no problem, I'll buy it. So, by the way, like I said, most people talk shit. I've never bought a whale. I'm one of the few that backs it up. Okay? Nah, I don't want nothing to do with the new logo. I don't want anything to do with the new logo. I'm an old logo guy. I'm a real Dolphins guy. From when the Dolphins were real back in the 70s. Since I lived it and watched it and all that, you know what? I'll stick with the logo that really brings respect. When I look at that whale logo, there is no respect. So think about that one right there. When people say boycott this, boycott that, look what he did with your logo. And you did nothing about it. You had a chance. New Coke came out. What did we do to New Coke? We shut that bitch down, right? We told Coke, nah. Give me back my old Coke. Even Tony Montana wanted back the old Coke. And Coke said, whoa, we made a mistake here. Stephen Ross can't make mistakes. You guys are suckers. You're going to buy it all, no matter what. They can lose. They can change the logo. They can do whatever it is. You will be back. Check your anal cavity. There's a whale in it. Let's see. Dougie Fresh. Oh, as you described, the trenches are so essential. Why do so many teams get it so wrong? Is this something you can explain? I can't explain stupidity. No. I can't explain stupidity. I really can't. No, because I'd be drafting linemen every year. How are you not drafting linemen every year? Don't know. Don't get it. Yes, sir.
No, I'm saying the other thing, too, is the way they come out of, unless they come from a school like Miami now or one of those schools like that, most of them are not prepared for the grind of what you're going to do in the NFL because they're used to playing.
It is harder now to scout it because it's a pass oriented. So, yeah, you've got to make sure you get your linemen from a school where they actually run block. They actually really run block. And you're right. Here in our backyard, we get to see people that actually run block. But no, Mike doesn't go to Coral Gables. No. By the way, we got to thank Tommy and all the great people out there at All Year Cooling and Plumbing. They are the #1 AC and plumbing service in Florida. Same-day service and installs. Over 350,000 satisfied customers. You've been at it for 52 years. They started way back in 1973, folks. Go to the website, allyourcooling.com. You can get a free estimate. And by the way, Homestead to Vero Beach here in South Florida, and just opened a new location in Naples. Please tell them that Big O sent you. Extended warranties, financing available, same-day installations, free repair estimates, and 7-day-a-week service. 888-204-5554. Go to allyearcooling.com. George Metella says the old logo is so freaking sweet. It's so great. Like, why would you change it? Why? Because you can make money off of it, and suckers will buy it. Lenny says, I hate that whale on those helmets. Might as well be the Miami Whales. One-Eyed Jack says, I have never bought a whale either. Oh, won't do it. How about that? There we go.
This is the same guy that's changed our fight song, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. T Painful. Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett.
The
whole Finn.
Right. Everything. He tries to change everything of ours.
At least T-Pain was still the words.
It was still at least,
changed everything.
Yeah. It was still T-Painful.
Painful, but
the
words.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. This son of a bitch is trying to change everything about us. Right? He can't win. Like, first, bro, win. And then maybe we can accept your changes. But now you take away my logo. You're trying to take away my song. Like, no. You have not earned that right. The Panthers made a new logo, but they brought winning with that logo. Okay? Because there's nothing better than the jumping cat. That is one of the great logos of all time. But let me tell you, the new logo is classy. It's clean. It's classy. But now it's associated with championship winning. So, it's hard for me, like, hey, Viola Sifu, hey, Dons, you're good. You're bringing in top-notch talent. See, they get their sport. You got to be physical. Remember how we used to make fun of the cats? They got it right away. They weren't meow, 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 meow anymore. And they made a decent change, but they brought winning. This guy does nothing and changes everything and milks it and gets all you suckers to buy the whale. Anyway, Jamsville says never spent a single penny on that trash logo. The present logo looks like a dead fish to me, says George. Almeida is not happy with the new logo either. What else? Juan Mendoza, Anthony, that was an article by Dolphins Talk. I would take, what was the article we were talking about? Dolphins Talk. What were they talking about? I don't know. Let's see. Castle, the logo from 97 to 2012 was the best. Looked mean. I have no problem with that logo. I have a problem with this logo. I didn't mind if you tweaked it a little bit, and I get it. You want to modernize it a little bit, but don't change my logo, man. Don't change my logo. You're You are not deserving of doing that. Yes.
They responded down, I guess, about Rex Ryan. BS.
Oh, yeah, that's crap. But they what Dolphins Talk wasn't. They weren't putting it out like they're saying it. They just put out the video of it, of the whole Rex Ryan stuff, which is garbage. No, there's no chance. I don't even know why people waste their time talking about Rex Ryan. It's just, that's crap. Anyway, Dolphins got rid of the orange jerseys. I didn't mind the orange jersey either. As long as
I don't think they got rid of them. What they're going to do is they're going to make it every 2 years. Look, as you said, Ross is printing money. This year it's this dark jersey, the dark blue. Then they'll put a little, maybe a dark
and
blue
everybody
stripe,
bought those up.
a dark blue stripe on the orange one. So there's a little bit of a difference where now you go buy that one.
Right.
And it's what they all do. It's
all marketing.
What the NFL does, what the Dolphins do, what every team does to get as much money on from everybody.
No doubt. Today is Wednesday, October 8th. It is day number 18,894 since the Miami Dolphins lifted the Vince Lombardi trophy. It is day number 8,678 since the Canes won the title. It is day number 107 since Bitcoin is over $100,000. 107 days now. I remember when people were telling me Bitcoin was going to zero. Bitcoin was going to 8,000. Bitcoin was going to 10,000. Where are those people? Where are you? Where are all those people that were so negative and so misinformed about Bitcoin because they didn't have an education? I'm just wondering, what happened to all those people? I rarely ever get those people to reach out to me and say, I was laughing at you. I was picking on you. I was saying you're a moron. You're an idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. That Bitcoin stuff is. What happened? Where are you all? Anyway, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Sir, Alan Blanco. Reach out to him if you need custom printing and embroidery for your company. 786-618-1443. Panthers open up the regular season with a win against the Blackhawks 3-2. Verhage with a goal. Jesper Boquist with a goal. AJ Greer. Bob, again, was outstanding. 17 saves. Thursday night, they're back in action at 7 o'clock at Amerant Bank Arena. They will host the Flyers. Thursday night, tomorrow night, NFL action. The Eagles, favored by 7, visiting the Giants. The over and under is 40.5. Fort Lauderdale United, you see it there. Fort Lauderdale United is off this week. Saturday, October 19th, they're back in action on the road to take on Lexington FC, and that'll be at 2 o'clock. Saturday at 7:30, Chase Stadium, Inter Miami will be hosting Atlanta. Also on Saturday, Louisville City FC will be hosting Miami FC. And the University of Miami football team is off this week. They're back in action next Friday, October 17th. They will be hosting Louisville at Hard Rock Stadium. And the Dolphins back in action on Sunday at 1 o'clock. The Chargers and the Athletic Jeff George are favored by 4.5 points right now. The over and under is 43.5. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Morning to you, Lisa, or afternoon now. Shang Tu Sheng. I see. What else? I wouldn't even have Rex as a DC now. Yeah, I mean, the Rex Ryan stuff is a joke. I personally think that most of you talking Rex Ryan, you need to get laid. You need to get a life. There's too many of you that have no lives. Seriously. So if you're just like entertaining Rex Ryan, if you're even having that discussion, you're a first-class loser. Just want you to know that. I'm just trying to be a friend here. Okay? That's all. It's like the idiots that were talking about trading Tyreek in the offseason, or the morons that think you could trade Tua right now. Same thing. It's just the same thing. It's people talking about stuff that's not even realistic, but because they've got nothing else to talk about, they don't get laid and they don't have a life. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why stupid shit like Rex Ryan gets out there. Does Sean have Bitcoin? He says yes.
Yes, I do.
It's been around the show for a while. I would imagine it might have stuck to him a little bit there. Let me see. It was 16. It's a 26. It's a 36. It's a 46. It's a 56. 66. Yeah, at one point or another, I mean, I don't know. You know, I wonder about some of you out there that still don't believe in it. And those of you that don't, it's because you truly are lazy and you have not taken the time to actually learn what's going on with our money and understand Bitcoin. So it's really, it's insanity what's going on, the way I look at it, because all you've got to do is educate yourself. And once you educate yourself, you're always in a better place about anything, especially this. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, please. By the way, let's get into a little bit of crypto. Might as well knock it out here. You know, we love talking about crypto and we love talking about Bitcoin, and our friends at R&M Contractors always make it nice and easy. They are sponsors of our crypto and Bitcoin segment. Well, first of all, UK is looking to lift their Bitcoin ETF ban, which, you know, the English have been, the government, that is, not the people, because the people are the ones that always get screwed. But the English part of, you know, this has also been going on with Europe. They've been anti-Bitcoin because they want to keep their people down. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way it goes. Silver has climbed to a high of, since 2011, to $49 an ounce. If you haven't noticed, gold, silver, Bitcoin at all-time highs. That's because the money is getting destroyed everywhere. Fiat currencies. Sweden is proposing removing Bitcoin capital gains taxes for payments. Also, they're considering a Bitcoin reserve now. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF was the best performing ETF last week. And there's all kinds of ETFs for all kinds of products. And BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF was number one. DDC, which is a leading global Asian food platform, has now raised $124 million to create a Bitcoin treasury strategy. Their target is to have 10,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. It's just getting, it's out of control. Everybody's got to deviate from the norm. Everybody's got to elevate from the norm. Make sure you do it, because if you don't, you're going to be left behind. Ray and Mike, man, if you're looking for a contractor, full remodel, custom work, kitchen upgrades and appliances, waterproofing for your terrace, your balcony, impact windows and door installations, bathroom upgrades, they do it all. R&M Contractors. Call my guy, Ray and Mike. They know how to get it done. 305-345-3649. Ray and Mike will bring it, man. Those guys are absolutely amazing. Give them a ring and tell them that Big O sent you. Homes or condos, by the way, they can help you. R&M Contractors. Yes, Rex Ryan is a total clown. I agree. Anyway, what else do we have? Herbert is way more dependable than Tua. I'll take that any day. And I don't care for Herbert like that, but you talk like Tua is some kind of baller, all because he was the MVP race for 3 weeks. Yeah, and when he actually had talent, he won a national title. And he kicked Jalen Hurts right out of there and sent him to Oklahoma. Did Jalen Hurts win the title in Oklahoma? No. But at halftime, Nick Saban, who might know a little bit about football, needed a real passer. But that's all right, dude. I get it. You're in love with the guys that can run and throw the ball 100 miles. And you think that that's really the reason why you win a title. And that's fine. That's fine. But I see Tua the same way I see other quarterbacks that are in just horrible places. And I guess you have a problem admitting that this is a horrible place. So you're willing to say that Cleveland's a horrible place, right? You're willing to say that Jets are a horrible place for a quarterback, right? These are places where quarterbacks go to fail. Well, why isn't Miami that? Marino failed. Marino failed. Now, it wasn't his fault, but I'm just, although I know people my age or older that actually think it was Marino's fault, but that's all right. Again, whatever. I'm just saying. That's kind of the way I look at things. But, kid can play, he can throw, but you can't put him in a position where he has to carry everything. That's not who he is. You got to understand your talent and then build around it. But I've seen that guy choke in many moments and not get it done. So that's fine. But I get it. It's like a lot of people. You get in love with the physical talents, but go look at the results. They're actually not there, no matter what the physical talents are. And I don't know if he does it all. Why didn't he do it all last week against Washington? 166 yards, I think he threw. Let me see. I have it here. Let's see. What did Justin Herbert do? 22 of 29 for 166 yards, a touchdown, an interception, ran 4 times for 60. So I'm just wondering why didn't he get it done with his arm? Why didn't he get it done? 10 points against Washington. They lost 27-10. What's the excuse for him? Oh, he gets excuses? I see. That's kind of the way it goes with Herbert. The Herbert people just make excuses for Herbert and then, just slam Tua. It's interesting. When it comes to hire a new head coach, do we want another first-time head coach or a retread? Here's a simple – I'm not going to get into hypotheticals, One-Eyed Jack, but here's a real simple mathematical equation for you. Name me the former head coach that you would want right now. Who's available right now, former head coach? Who is it? I love Ron Rivera, the person, and I don't know if right now he's in a place right now to be the coach. So I probably would pass on Ron Rivera, and I'm a Ron Rivera fan. I could call Ron Rivera right now if I wanted to. Okay? So, but no, I would say no. Anything else? The Rex stuff is a joke. Saban's not coming back. Saban's not a pro coach. Like, think of who? Mike McCarthy? Again, yeah, no, that's a legit one. That's right. That don't have a job. No, don't start with hypotheticals of people that are employed and all that stupid stuff and all that. Who? Who's the established coach that I've got to have? Coach that I've got to have. Go ahead. There's over 100 people watching right now. I'm just wondering who. You got to have Howard Johnson. You got to have Mike McCarthy. I'll pass. I'll pass on Mike McCarthy. I don't have to have him. Doesn't, right. Gruden is like, right, more morons. I mean, Gruden and Rex Ryan, like, you've got to be king-size stupid. Anybody, any real respectable names out there? What former coach I've got to have? You've come up with garbage so far. Okay? Ron Rivera is the best one, and I think he's already far removed from it. That now I don't think he's. Who's the guy that was there? I forgot now. Yeah. You talk about Peterson? Doug Peterson? Yeah, I don't want him. Yeah. Yeah, Philadelphia. Dude, I don't want the guy that's in Philadelphia right now. Like how he's such a badass, he's made the quarterback and the head coach interchangeable. I don't want either quarterback, and I don't want either head coach that the Eagles have or have had. So who? Jim Mora Jr., Jeff Fisher. That's it. Yeah, it's nothing. There's nothing out there. And McCarthy, Howard does nothing for me. Nothing whatsoever. I don't like anything that's out there. So you're probably going to end up with some kind of a hot coordinator. Is probably what's going to end up happening. No Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're looking at Fisher and Gruden.
And the worst part is we actually have idiots out there that think that they want to go out, they want to go John Gruden because they see him do stupid sound bites there on television. And let me tell you, get out of here, bro. Freaking clown. It's bad. You know how bad it is? Let me tell you how bad it is for the Miami Dolphins fan. Okay? This is the bigger issue. Your standards. I got to say, I'll throw myself in there with you too. Because this is what you hear from the Dolphin. Man, I just want a coach that can win a playoff game. What does that mean? So if we just win a playoff game, that's it? We got a guy? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we've won a playoff game in the last 30 years. Did it mean anything? When Jimmy Johnson won a playoff game or Dave Wanstead won a playoff game, because both won a playoff game, did it mean anything? They both sucked. They both were failures here. Yeah, they had some success. Well, they had some talent. They were mediocre to average. Never special. No matter what claim he made. So it's interesting how when listen, I told you last week I'm in the car and I turn on QAM, won't pick on the host publicly here or won't rip him, but I'm hearing the host actually trying to talk up Jack Jones and Rasul Butler and stuff. And I'm like, oh, Rasul Douglas, right? Butler was the basketball player. Douglas, whatever, because somebody's dying to correct me here. I know. They'll correct me for sure. Anyway, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? And this is what happens when you deal with a shitty team over and over and over again. You lower your standards to a point that, no, I want a guy who can win a playoff game. No, I want a guy who can win a championship. I want a guy who can win lots of playoff games. Because you're not just going to win a playoff game and then win the championship. No, you need to win several. You need to build a perennial playoff team. You need to be in the playoffs more often than not. That's what I need to get back to. I need to have that kind of coach. But it's so bad for us that we're just dying to have a guy that if he just wins one playoff game, we'd get excited. And I told you guys this. I'm no longer talking up any coach anymore or say I like this guy or anything. Because, even when they hire a guy, even if it's not my call or whatever, I say, hey, you know what? I give them a chance and I'm positive about them early on, and I'll never do that ever again. Never. Never, 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 never. From now on, every coach that comes in, whatever, bro, prove it to me. Win real games. Win playoff games, and then I'll start to believe in you. That's how it's got to be from now on. Because we get excited about Adam Gase at the beginning, or you get excited about Flo at the beginning, or you get excited about Mike McDaniel, at the beginning, and then it fizzles out because it's really Memorex. It's not real. It's fake. And so we've gotten to a point where we lower our standards so badly now that anything gets us excited. It's like a dude that's been in jail forever. And the first time he walks out of jail, a woman looks at him and he gets excited because he hadn't seen a woman in forever. You know, that's who we are nowadays. Sad, dude. Sad how we've lowered our standards. This was a championship organization. This was a perennial playoff. That's what I grew up with. I grew up with the team that won Super Bowls, went to more Super Bowls, consistently had a winning season. I think we had the highest winning percentage in all of pro sports, if I remember correctly. We're the number one for a couple decades. And we were still number one for a few years after Shula left. And then eventually it has died out. I mean, from where we were to where we are now and what we expect, oh my God, it's bad, dude. It is sad. Sad. Corso, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. Remember, folks, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Corso says Denzel and Patton from Remember the Titans. Let's go. Bring it on, right? Vrabel was the best out there, and they screwed it up. I know. That's what I wanted last year. I wanted to fire McDaniel's ass right after the Colts game and, man, go right after Vrabel. Hand him the keys to the kingdom, and let's go. I had people on social media that were, oh, Vrabel ain't shit, this, that. I'm like, man, you're an idiot. That's the former coach that I wanted.
He's organized. He knows how to he knows how to get everybody together and play.
He's tough.
Because you can't tell me that team is better than Buffalo.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
no, but they played.
They
tough.
play together and they play their positions. They understand. They're not trying to make plays. Like the one thing with our defense is, I feel too, is that you have guys trying to do more than what they're supposed to do because they feel they got to cover for people that won't do their jobs. Instead of just doing your job and then let it play out, it's one of those things. You're getting yourself out of position by trying to cover for who you think is going to be the person not in position, and then you have 225 yards, Hall of Fame career for a second, third string running back.
122,670 for Bitcoin. So it's starting to climb back out. Dow Jones is up 160 points. The S&P is up 35. The NASDAQ is up about a point. So there you go. Delvis De Mendoza, thank you for the love on the super chat. What'd they put out? Chris Shula? Oh, David Shula. Yeah. I think they're thinking Chris Shula, the one from the Rams. David, I think, is kind of done. I
think most of the guys we're mentioning are pretty much done.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's no former coach that the guy that I was dying to have already got a job in New England. God, I was so pissed at that last year. So pissed.
Those guys you don't get that often where a guy like that becomes available. And you have to jump on it at a time. And Kraft did. I mean, look at him. He fired the guy 1 year and the coach. He's just like, hey, I see a different way of going.
Gerard Mayo.
Sorry, buddy.
Good. And that's a smart owner. Nip it in the bud right away. Gerard Mayo had a long-term contract and got rid of him. Screw it, bro. You're not the guy. Move on. Go get the guy. NorCal, Goldie Hawn is still available. Penetration. Do you know how to get good penetration? Miss McGrath. Let's stay on subject. Let's see. Ross just better leave Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame for me. LOL. What else? Jeremy says Randy Mueller and Rick Spielman held on to Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas Jr., Salem, Sam Madison, drafted Jeremiah Bell and Channing Crowder, and it got the Dolphins nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, don't put
Zach
that.
Taylor.
Yeah, don't put
Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Channing Crowder.
Yeah, don't put those expectations on
I love
Channing
me
Crowder.
some Channing. Even he says.
Yeah, he's fun on the air, but as a player, it wasn't something that was going to be that much of a difference maker. Okay.
He said he should have quit after he had the interception.
Yeah, probably.
Brady intercepted Brady and said that's it.
Yeah. Let's see. Pat says maybe we can get out a Ouija board for a head coach. Magic ball for DC. I like it. Shake that magic ball.
That might be what Mike McDaniel's doing now. We just don't notice. He's calling somebody up in the booth. Should I run the ball? The 8 ball says ask again. Should I run the ball?
It's crazy.
Says ask again. Coach, what do you want to do? 2. Oh, time. We can't get the play in.
Love it. By the way, Bag on Head, thank you for the love on the super chat, sir. I mean, on the Venmo. Appreciate that big time. He says, in my opinion, the Chargers replace Phillip Rivers with Phillip Rivers light. Herbert is not as good as Rivers, but neither one of them could win anything. I would agree with that because Phillip Rivers will take chances that Herbert won't. Herbert's a wuss. He'll hold back. And at least Phillip Rivers will take chances, get you in trouble, but he'll take chances. So, yeah, I agree. That's why I call him the athletic Jeff George, because, yes, his talent is supreme, but watch him in the clutch, watch him in tough moments. He gets really small, dude. Like, he is a choker, big time. Stephen Baker, thank you for the love on Venmo. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. We encourage that because we get 100% of the donation. That's why. Okay. On Super Chats, we only get 70. We were spoiled with Marino for 17 years, but forget, even 13 could not get it done in the Super Bowl with a D in his face. Of course not. San Francisco's 100 times better than the Dolphins were. Joe Montana had a real offensive line. Marino didn't. Joe Montana had a real running game. Marino didn't. Joe Montana had a real defense. Marino didn't. By the way, to remind you of anything nowadays? No real defense, no real running game, no real blocking. Shocker. Wow. And because you don't have that, you never win anything of merit. Nothing whatsoever. Isn't it interesting? It's interesting. Yes, sir.
So talking earlier about Ross's printing money over at Miami Gardens.
Yes.
The Spanish League, La Liga, is now submitting an application to U.S. Soccer and CONCACAF for final approval on playing the Villarreal and Barca game at Hard Rock Stadium on Saturday, December 20th. Sunday, December 21st, the Miami Dolphins are due to play the Bengals at Hard Rock Stadium on Sunday Night Football.
So the day before they play soccer on the pitch?
They're filing the application to play. It has not been approved yet, but they're filing to run the game. So you'd have Barca Villarreal there Saturday, Dolphins Bengals Sunday night.
Yeah. The turf. What's more important?
He's gonna take up one of the parking lots, put a whole nother field there, have the grass ready, and just bring it on.
That's it.
Right?
Bring it on.
What are we gonna do about the turf? I'll buy the company.
Gotta love it. They make so much money. They don't give a shit, dude. They just don't give a shit. Let's see, what else do we have? True FinFan says the franchise has mind shifted so many that the very player they idolize, the same player they never blamed, has now become a loser, as well as Dan Marino. Me, I'm not that stupid or weak-minded. Oh, with you having connections in the organization, why didn't you tell them about Vrabel? I did. I told them, if you remember last year, I said it on the show. I told them last year, that guy's not saving your jobs. I told them that during the year last year. Get rid of this guy. He's not saving your jobs. And they knew it. And so some people were able to get off the train this offseason. Others, well, they're still riding it. Oh, what can I tell you? Shang Tu Sheng says, undoubtedly no respectable GM or coach would come here because Ross is a clown. Well, it is kind of a clown show for the Ross family, so maybe you might be right. You might be right. Marino doesn't want GM Gigato. You remember what happened before? Marino has no intentions on ever working that hard to be a GM, dude. He doesn't want anything to do with that. You fans have to stop. And by the way, he is happy with his life. He likes to have a life. He would never be a GM. Yes.
Plus, it's a thankless job.
Yes, it is.
I mean, if you're doing good, you're going to get praised. As soon as you go bad, they're going to crap all over you.
Right. Even John Elway.
Yeah.
John Elway got forced out eventually, and he won one.
Yeah. No, he got it for him, but then it's
and he could not find a quarterback, by the way. John Elway couldn't find a quarterback. And when they won it with a quarterback that was already established, and the quarterback was injured. The only reason they won it wasn't because of the quarterback. They won because they had a great defensive line and a great offensive line. And so the quarterback barely had to do anything to win. Yeah, Marino wants nothing to do with the job. Most of you fans need to understand that. Stop being a fan, okay? He ran away from that job fast as hell the last time he tried to do it. He went to the Senior Bowl and was there for 5 minutes and left because he freaked out on how much work it actually is going to take. There's no way he's going to do that. Dan Marino likes to come in, give his opinion, talk to some sponsors, go play 9 or 18 holes, enjoy his family, enjoy his life, go to a game, watch, sit there with the owners, whatever, and tell them, I don't like this, I like this, whatever, and then he walks away and he doesn't have to carry the water. That's what he wants. He lives the perfect life. You know what he lives? What he's deserved and what he's earned. And those of you fans that want to make him a GM, dude, if you love Marino like I do, leave him where he's at. Let him enjoy his life. He did more than enough for this stinking franchise that never met him halfway. Never met him halfway. We were lucky that we got a freak, and I don't know if we will ever get one again. Tua, for me, is a hell of a passer, but he's not a freak. So he's not a guy that's going to erase stuff. It's not who he is. It's a different kind, but you can win with him, but you got to do things the right way. Even with the freak like Marino, you have to do things, or if not, you won't win anything significant. You'll win some games, you'll put up some stats, but when push comes to shove, if your team ain't it, which around Marino it was never, they always got shoved every single time in every big moment. It's the way it goes. Anyway. What else? But it's just the whole Marino GM thing. It just becomes, it's just silliness that you people bring up. And you really don't understand the big picture. Yes, sir.
I don't know if you saw it yesterday. Did you see that David Dwork sent out that the Panthers honored Spencer Knight during the first TV timeout?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, I didn't. I just came across my feed and I did not see it yesterday. So
yeah, they honored the fan.
It's a first-class organization. Man.
They honored the fan that passed away.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And then they honored and we all should be very proud for Knight because he went through some personal issues that could set anybody back and derail their entire career. And he found a way, got his therapy, got himself righted, and now his career is taken off. Spencer last night was way better than Bob. Now, Bob didn't have to be. Right. Bob didn't have to be Bob last night because he only faced,
that game would have been
19
ugly.
shots, and he allowed 17. So it wasn't, he blocked 17. So he wasn't peppered. But, Steven, how many did he stop last? How many shots did he take?
Spencer Knight?
Yeah, Spencer.
Hold on,
I'm sorry, Steven. Spencer Knight, how many did he faced? A bunch more. And so, good for Spencer. I was happy for Spencer Knight in a twisted way. You know that? I was really happy for the kid because I know that he was going through a really tough one personally. I'm good. I'm happy for him. I'm just glad we won and we were able to get one more goal in than they did, and I'm good with that. But man, and it's good to know. It's like Sean was telling me in the car, like a bunch of our backups were playing for other teams last year. It's good to know that our goalie coaches and scouts, they know their shit,
34 saves.
34 saves.
That game could have
double of what Bob had.
Yeah.
Bob had
and
17.
I did like the fans doing the national anthem with the Knight, how we did when Spencer was on the team. I liked it there.
Right.
Them doing it there.
It's crazy. Anyway, let's see what else. I can't believe we traded up for the worst rated guard in the NFL right now. Yeah, and Chop was the worst last year. That's just stupid shit. That's typical fan stuff, Nico. That's all it is. Typical fan bullshit that you're overreacting on a bunch of rookies that aren't playing well. They're rookies. The real joke, Nico, is all the people that thought that the rookies were going to make a seamless transition and we were going to be really good and we're going to challenge for a playoff spot, because that's what people program themselves. And it's the same thing as Chop. Chop through the first 6, 7, 8 games last year. Oh my God, he's terrible, this, that. And then he played the second half really well and the light went on. You just don't know. But everybody's freaking out because the tackle isn't grading out and the guard isn't grading out. They're both terrible right now, but they're rookies. It happens. That's it. Live with it. They might be pretty good down the line. Yeah.
And you switch his position, by the way.
For
Savanayo.
Yeah, he was a right guard, and now he has to learn everything at left guard, which becomes a real challenge for somebody that habitually does everything to the right and now has to do habitually everything to the left. That also becomes an adjustment. But people don't care about that. They don't pay attention. And why? Because since the whole thing is a mess, they've got to, okay, well, it's got to be these certain individuals, and then that's it. And it's not fair. It's not fair. That's all. But that's the reason why I expected a bad year, because I actually looked at it objectively instead of looking at it like a fan. Like, oh, yeah, no, we're going to draft everybody, and they're all going to make a fast transition, and it's all going to work out for them. It's just not the way it goes, man. What else do we have? Big O, why they might go down the line, just not in Miami with the Dolphins. Isn't Savanayo playing out of his position? Yes, that's what we just talked about. True Fin fan. He's got to learn, and that's a little learning curve for that. Corso says, once Liam comes back, I assume Jonah will go to the right. No. I think Jonah Savanayo is staying there at left guard. That's he's got to just kind of work it and figure it out and all that. Liam Eichenberg is not a starter. When he comes back, he's just going to be a backup. It's probably, well, you know what? They're so bad at right guard. He might end up starting there at right guard. I mean, he's so awesome. I could see him starting at right guard. So the Tar Heels and Hulu are canceled? You got players what's it called? What is it when that decommitting from UNC? You all of a sudden now the Hulu special that was going to be on is not anymore. Embarrassing loss after embarrassing loss. Parents complaining that they never get to talk to Belichick. Players are selling their tickets, their spare tickets, which they're not supposed to. This guy from WRAL, his report was, man, that was wicked what's going on. Great job by him to expose all the crap that's going on. And listen, for me, it's not hindsight. You all know I knew this was going to be a disaster. I felt it from the beginning. I didn't have any respect anymore for Belichick, the coach. And another guy is Mike Lombardi. I have never, ever been a Mike Lombardi guy. I think he's one of the bigger frauds that has ever existed out there. Okay. And so a lot of people buy his BS and they bring him on shows and all that kind of crap and all that. To me, Mike Lombardi has been a clown for a long time. So I'm really loving all of this. But there's a part of me that wishes the Hulu special would have happened because, we could document the Titanic sinking. UNC has hit that iceberg and we're just watching them all sink. Because it's not going to get any better. He can't relate to these kids. And because you're not winning, you're not going to get more commits. Everybody's got the same money. Why would I go to North Carolina that is dysfunctional and old and out of tune and out of touch? That's the other thing. This old fart was hired in a sport that has made major changes in the last couple of years. Major changes that old coaches like him and established ones have said, no, I'm done. No, I can't do this. I'm out of here. Nah, that's not my. When Nick Saban, the best in the business, says, "No, this NIL stuff," because it's a 24/7 job. You're recruiting and you're constantly re-recruiting the people even on your roster. And Bill Belichick is not a guy that's going to kiss kids' asses. Can you imagine Bill Belichick chasing around a 17, 18-year-old to try to satisfy him and all that, and texting him and all? That's what Mario does. Mario sees the game he had for his high school that night or whatever, and he sends him a text and, hey, great job, and this, that. You were named all county. You were named all state. That's Mario. The second he wakes up, he's communicating with people, and you think Bill Belichick is going to do that? No chance in hell. No chance in hell that he can relate to these young people. No chance in hell that he has the energy or the way of communicating, the chemistry that you need to connect. So that's why, to me, this was always going to be a disaster. And when I heard and I read that the Hulu special is off and that parents are complaining about Belichick and all, I'm like, well, what did you expect? What did you expect, dude?
Think about how petty he is.
Oh, my God. The whole New England thing?
Yeah, and the fact that he wouldn't allow UNC to send out Drake May, the quarterback that played for UNC, had a great day for the Patriots. Belichick wouldn't allow them to send anything out about that because it was the Patriots. Patriots aren't allowed to go to that. Like, if I'm a college football player and that's the way, like, dude.
Well, they are the 33rd NFL team. I'm just giddy. I'm just super happy that Bill Belichick is falling flat on his face and that he looks like a horse's ass, like he did the last couple of years in New England without Brady. And by the way, kudos, big time to Robert Kraft, because it takes a lot of guts that the guy that's won 6 titles for you to look at him in the face and say, hey, sorry, but it's over for you. You can't get it done anymore. We're moving on. That takes a lot of guts, but he made the right call. He made the right call. Pat in Nashville says WRAL is a good news organization. Well, I got to tell you that dude, I'm forgetting his name right now, but he did an outstanding job. I was watching all those reports and checking it out and reading stuff from WRAL, who was all over this story. Crazy, man. Crazy. And the fact that they break the story about the players selling their tickets, and they could give those tickets to like other students. They could give the tickets to other teammates that don't have tickets. Huh? Pat Welter? Well, yes, Welter. That's it. Nice job, Pat. Pat in Nashville talking up Pat Welter. So what was I saying now? Oh, yeah, the kids were selling the tickets, and they could share it with their teammates and their teammates' families and all of that. And so now that Welter broke the story that they were selling their tickets and that they could lose eligibility with that if they get caught doing that, UNC then put out a memo yesterday to its players, a reminder that you cannot sell your tickets, that you could lose college eligibility for that. And then the other thing is the Mac Brown players and the Bill Belichick players. And so Bill treats the Bill Belichick players differently, and he shits on the Mac Brown players. What can Brown do for you? Big O, the Patriots are 3-2. What are the Tar Heels doing? I'm still waiting. Did I miss something? Yep. Why show off the better quarterback that was there? Because they can't put up a quarterback for themselves. Dude, they're paying Gio Lopez, their quarterback, $2 million. And he sucks. Poor kid got injured now. But he's, you know what? I don't know if I feel sorry for you. You're making $2 million, bro. You're making more than I ever will. Oh, man. Bill Belichick doesn't even know how to spend in the cap. Did his genius friend tell him, hey, go for it, Lombardi. Yeah. We got to have that guy. Definitely. Oh, man. Got to love Lombardi. Crazy stuff. All right. Let's do a little music, Sean. Why don't we do that? Huh? Why don't we find out what musicians were born on this date? Let's start off in 1985 with the one and only Bruno Mars. Days today. Johnny Ramone, a.k.a. John Cummings, guitarist with the Ramones, born in 1948. Trinidadian vocalist, bass guitarist, and songwriter Tony Wilson from the British soul band Hot Chocolate. You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Born in 47. Happy birthday to him. Sheila Ferguson, one of the ladies from the 3 Degrees. When will I see you again? Born in 1947. Dean Daughtry, co-founder of ARS, Atlanta Rhythm Section. I'm so into you. Born in 46, the man with the little champagne jam. What else? Ray Royer from Procol Harum, Whiter Shade of Pale. Born in 45. Butch Rillera from Redbone, born in 1945. Come and get your love. I want you to go watch the video of Redbone and Come and Get Your Love, okay? Because you just, the whole thing about the book, you can't tell a book by its cover. So when you hear that song, okay, and then you hear the name Redbone, and then I want you to look physically at the people playing the song. And there is no way in the world, if you would have heard that song on the radio, that you would have imagined that they looked like that. That's all I'm saying. Just knock yourself out with that. Have a little fun. Okay, these guys are singing Come and Get Your Love. Wait a minute. Something going on here, Oh, man. Anyway, happy birthday to him. In 41, George Bellamy of the Bellamy brothers was born. How about that? There you go. What else? No, I'm sorry. It's George Bellamy from the Tornadoes, not the Bellamy brothers. My bad. So, not the Bellamy I know. I don't even know the Tornadoes. I saw Bellamy right away. I thought the Bellamy brothers. Let your love flow like a burn on. Oh, I'm gone. All right. Let's see what else. Who else is celebrating birthdays today? Doc Green from the Drifters, the singer, born in 1934. And that is it. All right. Now let's go with other famous people born on this date. Remember, if I don't give you the age, that means they have passed away, unfortunately. So let's go with famous birthdays on October 8th. All righty. Rona Barrett, the gossip columnist, born in 1936. She is still with us. She is 89 years old. Tennis Hall of Famer Frank Stoll, born in 1938. Actor Paul Hogan. Now that's enough. Born in 38, he is 86. Still with us. I saw him the other day. He was in the airport. He was in a wheelchair, I think. People were kind of concerned, but the man's 86. Civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, born in 41. He is 84 today. Actor, comedian Chevy Chase. I am Chevy Chase, and you're not. Born in 43. He is 82. Sigourney Weaver, born in 49. She is 76 today. That alien scene in underwears will be burned in my head forever. Musician Robert Cool Bell from Kool and the Gang, born in 1950. He's 75 today. Comedian actor Daryl Hammond, born in 55. He is 70 today. Actress Stephanie Zimbalist, or Zimbalist. I think it's Zimbalist. Born in 56. She's 69. Musician John Stevens from In Excess, born in 61. He's 64. Hall of Famer and U.S. Swimming Olympic Hall of Famer Matt Bondi, born in 65. He's 60. Musician Teddy Riley from Blackstreet, born in 67. He is 58. Actor Matt Damon, born in 70. He's 55. Let's see. TV personality, actor, and big-time child producer Nick Cannon, born in 1980. He is 45. He's probably having another child as we speak this week. That guy has got the most active sperm in the world. Let's see. What else do we have here? Actor Molly Quinn, born in 93, 32. Actor Angus Jones, born in 93, 32. Actress Bella Thorne, born in 97. She's 28. And that is it. Sean Stanley. Do you have wrestlers born on this date, sir?
Yes, sir. We have a couple. Paul Burchill turns 46 today. And The Miz, he turns 45 on October 8th, 2000, the year 25.
Who was the Miz? Was he a card player?
He's awesome.
But the Miz is a wrestler, but it's not the same Miz that was in the light beer commercial.
He was in the real world back in the day. And that's how he became, and he won Tough Enough.
The real world, like an MTV?
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Yeah, he had a persona that he did called The Miz, and then he ended up getting a tryout on the Tough Enough show, and the rest, as we say, is history.
Historia.
And he's been a main event of WrestleMania, and he is awesome.
Okay. All right.
Or at least he says he is.
Which is the Miz that was from the light beer commercial? Does anybody know? Steve Miz. Was it a baseball player? Was it a pool player? Was it? Who was that? There was a Miz in the light beer commercial. I'm trying to think of, was it Steve? Was it Mizorowski? Was that the name for Miz? So, my memory is like really
I don't know if this is what the one you're referring to, but the Miz does have a Bud Light commercial
from back in the day.
Mike Mizanin is his name. This is in 2019.
Oh, no. This is old. This is
okay,
like
so
the old
that's what I was wondering.
80s light beer commercials with, we only need one pin, Rodney, and all that kind of stuff. There was a Miz in it. A Miz in the old light beer commercials. Who was the Miz in the old light beer commercials? As I digress. I'm just, stuff that just floats around in your memory that you're like, you go back, it hits. He said Miz, and then that's the first thing I think of. I think of somebody named Miz in a light beer commercial. And I don't know why I'm thinking Mizorowski. Was it Mizorowski?
I think there was
Bill Mizorowski. Maybe they called him the Miz. Maybe it was, yes. I think it was the baseball player, Bill Mizorowski, and they called him the Miz. Maybe that's what it was, and he was in the light beer commercial.
Somebody was saying Steve Mizorek.
It was Steve Mizorek, the pool player. See, that's why I'm not sure if it was. I know they had pool players in there, right? And they had baseball players, and they, so.
Steve Mizorek did a Miller Lite commercial.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I remember a Miz in a light commercial, dude. I know I'm not going.
I was in the 78.
I know I'm kind of crazy, but I'm not going crazy. But I'm kind of crazy. But you know me, if you watch the show enough, stuff will come out of nowhere, out of my mind, and it's just stuff that just sticks to you as the years go on. All right, let's go to music history. What happened today? Because I know you're all wondering, dude, what happened today on October 8th in music history? I need to know, is it important? Well, in 1961, the Beach Boys released their first single, Surfin'. How about that? It's a hell of a single to release. Let's see, what else? In 1969, the Beatles' Something entered the UK pop chart. The song, which marked the first A-side by George Harrison, went on to peak at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the U.S. with more than 150 recorded versions. Something has also become the second most covered Beatles song, following Yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. All right, in 1975 on this date, David Bowie performed Fame on the CBS TV show Cher. Bowie, who was living in New York at the time, had written the song with John Lennon during a jam session. In 1975, Elton John was named godfather to John and Yoko Lennon's son, Sean. I didn't know that, by the way. I didn't know Elton John was the godfather to Sean Lennon. Did not know that. You learn something every day. In 1977, the legendary Susie Quatro made her first of 7 appearances on the TV series Hey, Happy Days, playing the tough yet adorable Leather Tuscadero. She was Pinky Tuscadero's sister. There was Pinky Tuscadero that Fonzie was in, and then Leather Tuscadero came in, and that was Susie Quatro. So Quatro was raised in Michigan, but little known in America. In the UK, she's a star with 2 number 1 hits, Devil's Gate Drive and Can the Can. In 1980, Motorhead released her fourth studio album, The Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades. And it features the singles, Ace of Spades, Love Me Like a Reptile, and We Are the Road Crew. I love We Are the Road Crew. Such a good song. He played it all throughout, man. Let's see what else. In 88, REM released their sixth studio album, Green. It features the singles Orange Crush and Stand in the Place Where You Live. Pop Song 89 and Get Up. In 94, the reunited Eagles released their live album, Hell Freezes Over. It features Get Over It. I love that song with Don Henley singing it, lead. Get Over It. It's a good song. What else? In 2002, David Gilmour, longtime guitarist for Pink Floyd, is made an officer of the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth II. In 2011, on this date, Mac Miller released his debut studio album, Blue Side Park. It features the single Frick Park Market, Party on Fifth Avenue, and Up All Night. And rest in peace, Mac Miller. In 2021, Missy Elliott gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She shouts out my female MCs in hip-hop, including her forebearers, Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, MC Light. I love MC Light. Moni Love, Shay Rock, Angie Stone, Roxanne Shante, and Yo-Yo. And that is it. Let me see if there's any birthdays that I missed out in that other list that maybe didn't have it. Don Murray, drummer for the Turtles, born today in 45. Roy Wood of The Move and Electric Light Orchestra and the Wizards is 79 today. Let's see. Minnie Rippington, singer of Lovin' You, mother of Maya Rudolph, was born today in 47. Bonnie Raitt. Did I not mention that? Was that not on the list? Holy shit, Bonnie Raitt was not on that list. She's 76 today. Freaking legend. Ricky Lee Jones, Chucky's in Love. She is 71 today. Happy birthday to her. Pearl, a.k.a. Pearl Thompson of The Cure, is 68. Leif Garrett. Wow. He is 64 today. And SZA, right? Is that how it's pronounced? S-Z-A. 36 today. There you go. And that's what happened today in music history. Hell of a list, actually. All right. Yes, sir.
You know, you talk about radio coming to an end.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Salisbury.
His radio show?
He is off the air at Sports Talk 790.
Wow.
Fully understand the financial decisions that corporate has to make.
Wow. I love him, man.
Hell of a run the last 8 years, he says, to his fans. And there's a long post, but I just saw that.
Shitty business, bro. But you know what? He can do what I do. He's big enough that he can go on his own. He does have something, yeah. So, I mean, to me, if you're in this business long enough and if you can do it, get away from the world of corporate, man. This is our 6th year. You know, we have personal shit that goes on in our lives and all that kind of stuff, and we get to adjust to it. You know what I mean? We have freedoms that we've never had in our business ever, and it's great because Sean and I get to dictate to do everything. You know what I mean? And I just think this is the way to go. It's been like I saw this years ago. And I don't know how people that do have, like, I know most people can't do this, so I understand that. But those of us that have the ability to go on our own, and we have the sponsors and we have the listeners and all that kind of stuff, so we can create the content ourselves and not be prisoner to some kind of, you know, corporate shell. Yeah, And then you produce your own money and you get to do whatever you want with the money. And, so it's all good in the hood. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I saw it years ago. And I saw that this world was changing. And I saw that, okay, wait a minute. I don't need these people anymore. I can do it on my own. And I know my wife she was super nervous about it. She trusts me because when I tell her, hey, look, whatever, she gets it. But she was still nervous about me doing this. And I was not at all. I was very inspired. In fact, I could have made it bigger. I had a chance at the beginning to start even growing more, but I realized quickly that I was just going to grow my headaches more. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do this for me, not for anybody else anymore. You know what I mean? So kill myself, work, and produce all kinds of money for other people. I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather just do what we're going to do, and Sean and I benefit from it instead, and that's it, and move on. And we still get to travel. We get to do whatever we want. We are blessed. Getting away from, you could never get this show on a corporate station. I could never be myself on a corporate station. And I was still pushing envelopes in those places. So I hope that Sean, and whoever can get away from the corporate umbrella, do it by yourself, man. It takes more work, but it's so much more satisfying. What else do we have here? Big O, yes, I could see Belichick running around and chasing a 17 and 18-year-old girl. Big O, I like Kubiak, but doesn't he have health? Yeah, he has health problems. Yeah. Jeff in Long Island, I just thought about this. What about Steve Spagnuolo? He's a defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach. So you don't know if he'll be a good defensive head coach. Lots of coordinators can't become head coaches. And he's been a lifelong defensive coordinator. I think he loves being a defensive coordinator. It doesn't look like he's dying to be a head coach anymore. Because Steve Spagnuolo, I would imagine by now, would have had opportunities if he felt like it to become a head coach. He's so, his resume is so rich. Before the Chiefs. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea. I get what you're saying, Jeff, but it doesn't look like he wants to go in that direction. So, sucks. Big O, before we go, can we please give our two-time world champion Florida Panthers a victory cigar for last night's win? Oh, man, you are correct, dude. Let's give the Florida Panthers, opening up the season with a 3-2 win against the Chicago Blackhawks, a victory cigar. Like it. Jags DC for coach. That's what's going to happen. Because Campanelli, a former Dolphins coach. But that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get a hot coordinator. If they make a change at coaching, I say if. No, it'll be a hot coordinator. There's no established coach that I want. I'm certainly not the idiot that wants Gruden or Rex Ryan. That's just stupid talk. What'd you think of the NFL fining Jonathan Gannon for ripping into his running back? A little bit of the bump and all that. I look, you can't hit a player, obviously, because that would not work out well for coaches. But we're getting a little overboard here.
Passed overboard. I mean, he made a boneheaded play. Yeah. It's not like he walked up and slapped him in the face. I mean, again, he didn't grab him by the throat. He didn't do anything else. I mean, what do you, sir, next time, please don't drop the ball before you score a touchdown, which would have decided and won us the game.
Did we find LeBron when he bumped
No, he didn't. But that Pat Riley, when he started going the other way.
Bumpgate? I'm just like, how soft are we? We're fining a coach for ripping an idiot? You were an idiot. You deserve to get ripped. His teammates consoling him and all that. This is just a soft-ass world, bro. That's what this is. I mean, look, coaches should not be putting their hands on, but it was kind of like an emotional thing. It wasn't like he was trying to be physical with the guy because, yeah, he cost him the game. Exactly. But no coach really can get physical with players because players are way younger and stronger than you are. They're going to kick your ass 3 times over. So it's not about, let's not assume like this guy was going to start getting all like, physical with his players. Or it was a heat of the moment thing. He ripped into him, but now we're finding him $100,000 for this. And then he apologized also or whatever. I don't know, man. And to me, that's part of the problem of what's going on with our society. You can't even call people out anymore. Now, in a perfect world, would I rather him do that in front of everybody like that? No. You know how I'd rather a coach really handle it? To be quite honest, you look at the player coming off the field and you give him that dead stare. You know, the one that your dad or mom gave you when you were at the store and you did something in public that was stupid, but they didn't hit you at that moment, nothing. It was like they looked at you like, and you got that stare, and you're like, oh, man, I'm done. I'm done. And then you're on the drive home, and you're sitting in the back seat of the car, and you're like, oh, shit, I want to get home. Oh, there's traffic. Oh, great. Okay, great. It bought me some time. Oh, wait a minute. They're stopping here. Okay, great. But you know what happens, right? Your mom is like an elephant. And what I mean is the memory. Not going to forget a damn thing. You get home. Why did you do this? Pa-poo, pa-ping, pa-tu, pa-pa. And that's probably where you need to do it. And so in the coach's case, instead of us getting a cinto or la chancleta, like we did at home, or a pescozón, right? Because normally your parents would look at you when you did something wrong and you'd put the thing away and you're just like, oh, man, I'm in trouble. And just walk away. And then when you got home, you got your ass kicked. That's how we were raised, by the way, folks. I'm fine with it. I deserved it. Anyway, and in the coach's case, yeah, give him that death stare. But then during the week, that's when you make them run the gassers. That's when you put them in the film room in front of everybody and just replay it over and over again and over again and walk up to the other running. Hey, by the way, would you do what your teammate? Oh, no. So let me ask you, so why are you doing, and I would have like thoroughly embarrassed him in front of his teammates in the film room. I would have thoroughly embarrassed him on the field in the practice. That's what I would have done. That's, because that's my kind of parenting too. I could look at my kid, did something wrong, and then when we get home, yeah, you won't be working the computer for the next month. That kind of stuff. I can't do the beating stuff. You can't do the beating stuff. You can't do the beat. Well, you shouldn't. But back in the day, it was a whole different ball game. So it's all good. Back in the day, you used to get paddled by the principal or the assistant principal. And then when you got home, your parents found out you got paddled and they were already convinced that you were terrible and you got your ass beat right after that. How can you get paddled? Bang, ba, boo, ba, beach. That's how it goes. Soft ass world. We are fining that man $100,000 for that. What do you got?
He should have handed him a football, asked him to give it back to him, taken his pads off, and just sent him away. Send him to the practice squad right there. Okay. You can't carry the ball across the line. How many guys have we seen do this every week in the NFL?
And he was having a good game, too.
It's just, I'm done with it, man. And now you're going to tell me you can't. I mean, I get it. It's not my style. But at the same time, I'm also probably not the coach that's on a hot seat about winning or losing, and I just watched a guy cost me a game that could get me fired tomorrow.
Right.
So it's like
insane. Yes, Jeremy, don't expect much to change once Ross's daughters, which it looks like the kids are already kind of involved. Yeah. Making tons of money. Tons of money. Speaking of making money, Bitcoin is up to 123,828. So now it's making its way to 124. So I don't know. It went down to 121. You had an opportunity, if you were a newbie, to, just try it out. Try it out. You had a chance. So what are we doing? Is the market pumping a little bit more? Is that why? No, it's still 143 market, up a little bit. Eddie Lep says, all I had to hear was the slight change in my dad's voice and immediately chills down my spine. Terror. Exactly. And then when you got home, bro, you got your ass kicked. you got your I didn't have the parents that would beat you in public. But I had the mom that would beat your ass once you got home, bro. Oh, man. Chancleta, belts, brooms. Didn't matter what was in the hand. Yep. Yeah, I was going to get my ass kicked. Definitely. And I deserved it. I had no problem with it, by the way. I don't really have a problem with the way we grew up. I don't look at it as abusive or anything like that. We did stupid things. Sometimes you need un pescozón. Sometimes you need que te vuela un avión. Vuela un avión is it Donato, an NCIS? Denozo. A Denozo. Because he used to hit Denozo over the head. Right, Gibbs would hit Denozo in the back of the head. And so there you go, a Denozo. Es un avión. Te vuelo un avión. Because it's like the hand, it's plain, wham. That's it. That's what happened when you were a kid. Walk by, wah. Poof. Hey, why'd you do that? Because you did this, you idiot. And you're looking at your mom and your dad, and you're like, hey, man, damn, that shit hurt, dude. Oh, and the worst was the ear. Oh, the nuns. Oh my God, the nuns would grab you by the ears. The nun in St. Michael's would grab our fingers and put them like this. She'd say, put your fingers like this. And then she'd grab her index finger and her thumb, and she'd wrap it around like that. And instantly the tip of your fingers, you see how they're getting red because I'm squeezing the hell out of it. And then she'd plant it right on the table where you had nowhere to go. And she'd grab that ruler. Wah, wah, wah. And those tips of your fingers. Oh, baby, I hope you cut your nails. Because the corner of your nails are going to get like stabbed into your skin and shit. I mean, the stuff that we went through as a kid, So I'm watching this that, coach is ripping his player and he gets in his face and bumps him, whatever. And we're finding him $100,000. And I mean, are you serious, dude? Like, wow. We're that soft nowadays. It's terrible. Huh? Yeah, no, it's the team that fired him. Find him. Yeah, not the league, the team. Yeah. Big O, I blame the entire government for the way our society is. No, I just blame everybody. It's just kind of it's a soft ass. Everybody's been kind of going in that direction, So I think Mark Sanchez should be in charge of discipline in the NFL. I agree with that. Mark Sanchez. Yeah, I think he's all about discipline in life. Yeah. When I was in first grade, we had a teacher by the name of Mr. Mack who had a wooden paddleboard, and if any of us got out of line, she would make us stick our hand out and wham. This was 83. Exactly. Yeah. I had a assistant principal in Kinloch. He had a paddle and it said Toyota. Since we're here at Toyota of Hollywood. Literally, his paddle said Toyota on it, and it had holes drilled into it. So it would be aerodynamic. And then he'd tell you to put your hands on the table, look at the wall, and he said, you want it, you asked for it, you got it, whack, Toyota. You want it, you asked for it, you got it, whack, Toyota. He'd do that every single time he paddled you. You want it, you asked for it, you got it, whack, Toyota. Crazy shit, man. That was back in the day. Kinloch Junior High, right off of Bird Road. By the way, 123,916. We're making a parabolic move right now. It is turned up, as they say. So we're getting turned up. I like it. I like it. All right, we are out of here, folks. We thank Herbie Lopez and the great people here at Toyota of Hollywood. We thank the great Sean Stanley. We thank all of you that tuned in. Please hit the hell out of the like button before you go. Thank you all out there. We shall see you tomorrow. We are in studio tomorrow, right? In studio tomorrow, and then Friday we're at Acura, correct? So Acura on Friday at 10 a.m., tomorrow in studio at 10 a.m. We shall see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.